Hi, everybody. Wow, I think I've been living twice in what, 1 week? That's odd. So how's everybody been? How's everybody doing? Oh, God, I'm doing great. I'm just getting ready. Oh, God, to go babysit. Hi, Armageddon. Yeah, you must have been thirsty. I saw your message on Discord. Okay, let's see if I can't get my hair to cooperate with me today. Whoops. Maybe, maybe not. I don't have much going on between now and then, so I just figured I'd hop on here. We could talk. Yeah, I usually do half ponytail when I get ready. It's quick and it's easy. Okay, got that part done. I'm gonna have to go into my youngest daughter's room and steal her hairspray. Actually, it's communal hairspray. No, because they have toys and internet and stuff that they can do at their place. There's something I have here that they don't have there. So, yeah. So I was having fun earlier today with a scammer. And it's been 48 minutes since she last talked to me, so I think I pissed her off, which is good. I love playing with these people. I'm going to show you the post here. Show you the post. It's the top one. It says, I will send $3,000 to someone who will tell me the alphabet that is not there, which means, she doesn't have really good English. So the letter that's missing. I do not know if you guys can see that but there are several letters that are missing. Okay. So it goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. I is one of them missing. J, K, L, M, N is missing. O, P, Q, R, S, T is missing. U, V, W, X, Y is missing. Z. Okay. So I messaged her and I told her one of the letters that was missing because she didn't say you had to say all of them, just tell her one. So I said the letter I is missing. And I said, I'll take my money now. You can just mail the cash. And I said cash in all caps in a card. And then she said, congrats. You got Cash App? And I said, I don't. I have Venmo and PayPal. And I'm not paying anything to get this money. And then she replied to the comment that says, I'm not paying anything to get this money. And then she said, this is a free payment. Keep that in mind. This is a free payment. And I said, okay, then you can do Venmo. Okay. I'm not stupid, okay? So just hang in here. And then she says, what's your Venmo tag? And then I said, how do I know this is not a scam? Nothing like BC. I love when people are clever about scammers. Yes. I'm not stupid, okay? I watch a lot of scam bait videos, okay? So. And she says, nothing like BC here. Nothing like BC here? What does that mean? I was like, what? Your English sucks. What does that mean? Hello? Are you going to answer me? Yeah, BC. What is BC? I mean, this is, yeah. Oops. Nothing like BC here. That's what she wrote. And I said, hello, are you going to answer me? And she says, the payment of $3,000 is in pending, waiting to complete. You would need to deposit $50 into my accountant's Venmo to verify your payment of $3,000 and will be deposited into your Venmo immediately. Your deposit, the 50. No, you're getting the $50 back immediately. And I said, remember I told you, remember that this is free. I don't have to pay a dime. You said this was free, so you lied. She replied to, you said this is free. And she said, oh, I forgot they charge for Venmo. I'm sorry. I'm not lying. I swear to God. I'm here to help you, not to hurt you. And I said, that's a load of bullshit. Immediately you deposit the $50, you'll receive your $3,000 immediately. I lied to her how much money's in my account, okay? I'm not going to disclose how much is actually in there for obvious reasons. I said, I only have 10 in there, so that'll have to do. All right. Can you add 10 more, making 20? Nope. Are you scared? They always ask me if I'm scared. I do not know why. They always ask if I'm scared. That must be their go-to for everybody. Are you scared? Must be their go-to. I shouldn't need to put money in my account unless this is a scam. Nothing like scam or BC here. It must mean something. The only thing I can think of is bullcrap. Now that I think about it, bullcrap. There it is. Yeah, they don't change. Smart. Scared? That's weird. Yes. Understand perfectly, and you have every reason to be scared. British Columbia. Well, that too. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Think about that one. Understand perfectly, and you have every reason to be scared. Well, I need you to know I have a good job that gets me going, and I am a very good Christian. They always go to that too. They're always a good Christian who wouldn't rip anyone off their hard-earned money. I am a very straight person and never dubious. Like I care if they're straight or not. I will not hurt anyone, no matter the situation. Pleaser. That's when you say I'm Jewish. I should go with that next time. I'm Muslim. You're Christian, I'm Muslim, so we hate each other. Pleaser. 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 Pleaser, I need you to feel secure dealing with me. That's not English. The words are English, but the sentence is in English. It's not understandable English. Pleaser, I need you to feel secure dealing with me. If this was a scam, you can file a report and dispute on me. I would. Dispute on me. I would. Okay. And then she goes on, I need you to feel secure dealing with me because why on earth will I flake on you to get money? Front you. Yeah, word salads. That's all a lot of this is just word salads. I'll never milk anyone off their hard-earned money because karma is real, dear. and a fucking bitch too. I'll never try fucking with it. Mm-hmm. And then I said, don't do this. I have never heard this before. Sorry, don't do this. I have heard this before. I need to put on my glasses. I don't know where I put them. Ugh. You're a Christian and wouldn't hurt anybody. A load of BS. You scammers always say that you're Christians, thinking that will somehow put trust in you. If you want to give money to people, then do it. Don't ask for $50 to be in their accounts to get this money. Some people are flat ass broke. They don't have the money. You can just put the money into accounts, which is true. My mother does it all the time. My dad does it all the time. I have friends do it all the time. She says, okay, hold on. I says, my mom does it all the time for me. Nothing like BC here, I swear to God. I understand you're broke and I'm gonna help you without paying nothing. She thinks I'm broke. Never said I was. She, meaning my mom, never asks if I have money in my account for her to put money into it. The payment was a high payment. I said the payment is bullshit. Now we will need to confirm your identity right now, and immediately your identity was confirmed, you'll receive your $3,000 immediately. Immediately. Oh my God. How many times could she use immediately in one sentence? Then it says, Gina replied to you, the payment is bullshit. Calm down, please. And I said, if you are doing this out of kindness, then you wouldn't be asking for payment. Gina replied to you, this is the comment she replied to, if you're doing this out of kindness, then you wouldn't be asking for payment. And then she said, huh? Calm down. A lot of people said more than what you're saying. I won't know what to say because some people's have spoiled the good one. So don't compare everybody in same way. We are different. So I can't just sit here to make anyone sad because I want a happy. Disclaimer. Always read what they say. If you have to read it 3, 4, 5, 10 times, a million times, it doesn't matter. These scammers do not use proper English. I want a happy, right, Armageddon? I'm here to help you, not to hurt you. Be patient and trust the process and see what's going to happen. Here's another one they always use. Be patient, trust the process. I'm going to help you now without paying nothing. And I said, not if I have to pay for a blessing. Blessings are out of the kindness of someone's heart. At least that's what I was taught, that Christians, for Christians, blessings are something they do out of the kindness of their heart. And she says, the $50 was debited from my card now. We will need to confirm your identity, and once that done, you'll receive your payment immediately. Sure. ... not is what I said. Then you'll want my Facebook account after that. And she says, no. Do you have a valid ID card? And I replied, so you can steal my identity? I'm not stupid. And then she goes, LOL. And I said, what's so funny? This is a high payment. I'm here to help you, not hurt you. You don't know. And I said, you don't know how much my mother has ever put into my account. Because I know, I've had people put thousands of dollars into my account before, so that because I was out and about and they couldn't get, like I've had friends do this, like put a couple $1,000s into my account, and then I go to an ATM, this is on Venmo, So, I go to an ATM, withdraw however much they say they need for that day, give it to them or whatever, so they can go run errands around town, whatever. I mean, I've had friends do it to me before. You don't need to confirm identity or anything with Venmo. Then she says, okay, I said, I don't know how much, you don't know how much my mom has ever put into my account. Then she says, we always do this to make sure the real receiver gets their payment. She spelled "there" wrong. THERE instead of THEIR. And I said, so you can just put the $3,000 into my account without my ID card. And she said, all right then. And I said, what's the holdup? I'm glad you care about that. Yeah. I said, what's the holdup? Hello? How is what she said. I said, what? She says, it seems you don't need it then. Forget it. And I said, how do you know? And that's basically when she stopped talking to me. I mean, I've been trying to get a hold of her for the last now 51 minutes. And then I said, replied to her, and I said, what does that mean? Hello? Ignoring me now? Hello? Talk to me. And that's where it's left off. Last time I talked to her was at 1:31. Tried to get a hold of her was at 1:31, and it's now 2:12 my time. Some of these people, I swear to God, they really must think that we were born yesterday or something. All Americans were just born yesterday at the ages that we are right now. Yeah. Thank you. My God. So, and then I have another one, okay? She stole one of my friend's accounts. And she put up a listing on Marketplace called Buy Sell Trade Houston, Texas. My friend lives in Central City, Nebraska. Okay, she does not live in Texas. She lives in Nebraska. Well, that's nice. Your meeting was canceled. Oh my God, get you all hyped up for it and they cancel it. Yeah. So, she put up on Buy, Sell, and Trade Houston, Texas. Under my friend's account, she used my friend's name. Is there anyone in the area who is interested in working payroll management is currently hiring for a data entry customer service administrative assistant. Working hours, flexible. Pay rate, $30 an hour. Monday to Friday or weekends and hours are flexible. Equipment provided by the company such as Apple laptops, Office desk, printers, and others. Please note, we are looking for immediate employment. Note this is a remote work from home job opportunity. You can send me a message directly for more information. Yeah, $30 an hour for data entry. Oh my freaking God, yeah. So I messaged her. I took a picture, I took a screenshot, and I messaged her saying, interesting. And you pay for my equipment? So will you just mail me the laptop? And she replied to the interesting, you pay for my equipment? And she said, yes. No, I first asked her this on Sunday, and she just now replied to me. Okay, so it's been a couple of days. And I said, and the check won't bounce? How about you buy it and mail it to me? She hasn't answered me, and the last time she was active was 38 minutes ago. So I'll probably do another live when she answers me, or if she answers me while I'm live now. Couple days to craft a master plan. Yeah. If these, and I know that in some countries, these aren't scams, work from home jobs are legitimate. And I know some places here in the US, work from home jobs are legitimate. But we have been warned that if they are put onto Facebook, then it's a scam. Because no job would actually do that. No, wouldn't actually post it onto Facebook. You would have to go to the company's website. So, yeah. I'd only believe it if it was coming from, yes. So say I'm pretty sure Apple has work from home jobs, but Apple wouldn't post on Facebook, "Hey, we're hiring for anyone who wants to work from home." Apple wouldn't do that. They would post it on their website. So, for all you people who are looking for a work from home job, which a lot of us are because daycare is shit, and a lot of us are now homeschooling our kids because, let's just face it, public school is starting to become shit now too. Actually, it has been shit for years. So, yeah. I understand that a lot of people would like to work from home, flexible hours. You can take however long you want for lunch. Public school is going further downhill. Yeah, it is. It is going way further downhill. Ooh. Wrong tube. So, yeah, they wonder why a lot of people are homeschooling. So, yeah. So that was my morning, having fun with scammers. Well, and the sad thing is, and I didn't want to get into this, but we'll get into this. A lot of teachers are told what to teach, and if they don't teach this, then they're fired. So, you can look it up on YouTube. I'm pretty sure there's shorts. I know there's shorts on YouTube and what's it called? TikTok, about what teachers are having to teach and what is actually out there for kids to get their hands on. There's pornographic novels for junior high kids to read. I saw a clip of a mother reading a couple of pages from one, and the school board was like, "You know what? Stop! This is not appropriate for a school board meeting. Use your imagination, Armageddon. What counts as pornographic? Think about what you just said. Detailing in great detail what goes on during sex. That's pornographic." You'd be surprised. Yeah. Detailing in great detail as to what people do during sex. Those books are out in public school libraries for kids to check out and read. That was and those few pages that she read was inappropriate for a school board meeting, but it's okay for students to no, not just boys and girls kissing. It doesn't say Sam kissed Marcia. Just two names I picked out of the thin air. It says Sam ran his hands along her ran his hands along her arms and lifted up her shirt to reveal her supple nipples. Would you want a teenager reading that to reveal her supple nipples? Yeah, Romeo and Juliet was banned. That is dumb. Very dumb. Catcher in the Rye is being banned. That's dumb. All the good classics are being banned, and that's dumb. 1984, banned. But although some people are taking that as a guide to life, because it's actually happening. So, yeah. Oh my god, hair. So, yeah, I'm just putting on makeup. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, teachers have a lot of, and I've said this before, a lot of teachers have no choice but to teach the stuff and to go along with it. I mean, California, what's going on in California? Oh my friggin' god. Fair enough. Well, it's a good book. All the books that you and I read in school are now banned. Though my kids did read Romeo and Juliet. Though now, they eat chocolate bars with a fork and knife. Get out. Yeah, California. Yeah, that's what my husband says too. My husband says, California, we just need to let them sink into the middle of the ocean. So, which I agree. I agree a lot. So, yeah, because it is now law, or it's trying to be law in California, that if you don't agree with your child's pronouns, you can get your child taken away. Teachers do not have to tell parents that their child is thinking of transitioning. And they're handing out hormone replacements and hormone therapy like candy without any psychological studies. Doctors are whopping off women's boobs, taking out their uterus, their fallopian tubes, everything without any, and these are minors that they're doing this on. It's not people who are 18 or older or 19 or older, depending on what state you're in. Yeah, because Generation Z, for those of you who say it like that, Generation Z or Generation Z, however you say it, a bunch of wusses. They're a bunch of crybabies. And the minute that they don't feel like they're themselves, they're like, "Oh, I was born male, so I must be female." No, go get some serious help. Even though you can't even really get serious help anymore, because all the therapists and psychologists and whatever just say, "Hey, you don't feel like you're a boy anymore? Here's some hormone replacements. You must be female." Instead of trying to get down into the nit and gritty as to why they feel that way. There's a reason. So, yeah. Oh, yes. There are videos out there of people regretting the decision that they made. I saw one video where one gal who who said that that she was feeling like she was feeling different, and so instead of actually sitting down and having a serious discussion with members of her family or you know a therapist who would actually sit down and really talk to her, she just said, yeah, I must be born in the wrong body. I must be a man. So she started taking hormone replacement therapy. And when that didn't work, she's like, well, maybe it's because I still have boobs. And so she got her boobs taken off. And then she's like, well, and then she still didn't feel right. So she's like, well, it must be because I still have periods. So take out my uterus, my fallopian tubes, everything. Just take it all out. And she still didn't feel like right. Then, hi, Jade, wherever you are. You redacted your own message. What did you say? I didn't see it. If you use the word maybe, then more research needs to be done. Yeah. And so she said after all this, after she started taking hormone replacement therapy, had a double mastectomy, had her uterus taken out, her fallopian tubes, everything that made everything down there that made her carry a child and have periods. She thought that she would feel better, but she didn't. And she's like, it was because there was something wrong in my head. I needed to go to counseling. I needed to have somebody seriously listen to me. And now I can't get my boobs back. I can't get my uterus back. And she desperately wanted to have kids. So she says, yes, she can still adopt and foster. But she says she wanted a biological being growing inside her so much. And that's a lot of women love being pregnant. I did. A lot of women love it. They love that feeling of the baby kicking and everything. They love the whole 9 months. So, I mean, crazy, huh? Crazy. More people need to adopt those. Yes. And I don't know if I ever told you this one, Armageddon, but my husband and I were also thinking of adopting before our horrific thing with the state. So, yeah. But, yeah. Couldn't do that. Where, oh, where did my blush go? Where can it be? It's right there. Yeah, it would have been. And that was getting into the time of where people talk about it. I mean, where people were vlogging and everything. So I probably would have vlogged the process. You know? There's nothing wrong about that. I mean, I wouldn't have shown the kid or anything. Kid, deserves privacy until they're 18, until they're old enough to figure out what the what it means. But I would have documented, what it was like so people would know, because a lot of people do not know what the process is like. So, yeah. I mean, I mean, God, do that so people know. And a lot of people think that it's expensive. Yeah, it is, but you know what? Having kids is expensive. If you can afford to have a kid, you can afford to go through adoption. My great aunt can't. My great aunt. My aunt is my kids' is a great aunt. My aunt, my eldest aunt cannot have any kids. Something is wrong down there. She has an extra. She found out that she has an extra chromosome in the baby making department or something. And she just can't have kids. So she wanted to adopt, but she found out the process was expensive. But yet she was pregnant twice. I know her last pregnancy was with twins. So but that was back in the 90s. Like the early 90s. Yeah, it's been a long while. She wanted kids, couldn't have them. Didn't want to go through the adoption route because she said, well, I mean, at the time she probably couldn't afford it, but if she was pregnant, she could afford the baby. I mean, to give birth here in the U.S. is very expensive. But whatever. I mean, it is what it is. She never had kids. She had one dog, and that dog passed away in the early 2000s. She had the dog for about almost 20 years, I do believe. So that dog lived to be a ripe old age. But you know how they say dogs will resemble their masters? My aunt is a big lady, so her dog ended up being a big dog, and it was a beagle. Beagles are supposed to be thin because they're a hunting dog. Well, you never know. It's your choice not to have them, but if you ever do find another lady that wants to try to have kids with you, you can go get that figured out. But it's up to you. I do not tell people how many kids they should have. Though my grandma seems to think she can tell people how many kids to have. And let me tell you, I let my grandma and my dad tell me when I was done having kids. And obviously it was after my youngest. 4 kids is enough. You're fertile Myrtle, said my dad. You and your husband both are fertile. Like, no shit. We easily had 4 kids in 4 years. 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006. Everyone does have an opinion. But so I listened. And then after I got my tubes tied after Alyssa was born, I went through a depression because I wanted to have at least one more kid. I probably could have had 2 more and been fine. But now that I'm older and thinking about that, I am glad that Alyssa is my last. My youngest Alyssa is my last because I don't want to put up with the school system anymore. It's giving me gray hairs. My youngest Alyssa came home from school yesterday. She's a junior this year, which means she's in 11th grade. I don't know what that means for you people who are international. Okay, she's going to be 17 this November. So whatever grade that means for you guys that live outside of the U.S. She's in her 4th year of high school. Let's see. Freshman, sophomore, third year of high school. Sorry, third year, grade 11 for yeah. Okay, so yeah, 11th grade. She's a junior. Whatever that means, she's almost done with high school. She has one more year to go after this. And I know that for a lot of countries, for you guys that are, like listening to me in like Europe, you're probably already done with school. People that are like listening to me in like Japan, you're already done with school by the time you're my daughter's age. But yeah. So she gets home yesterday and she says a lot of shit has changed. I'm like, yeah, okay, tell me what has changed. I love it. And I love listening to school gossip and whatnot. Pissed me right the fuck off, I'll tell you that much. I don't know if you guys have been able to tell, but you can kind of see my bra strap. Okay? You can kind of see my bra strap when I move sometimes, My shirt doesn't, doesn't fit too well on this side. I don't know why it never does my left side. Always my right side. And I have a shoulder strap, bra strap showing. Can't have that. Oh, no. If throughout the day, teachers can see a little bit of a bra strap, you're going to be told to, excuse me, you're going to be told to fix it or put on a coat. Oh, yeah, I know. That's so naughty. Oh, my freaking God. It's so naughty. And a lot of these, new rules about clothing, about the dress code are made for females. Men don't have to worry about hardly anything. Okay. Another thing. I don't know if I'll be able to show you. No, I won't. Oh. But you know how sometimes when you sit down, especially if you like wear slacks or whatnot, when you sit down, you pull them up to sit down. So, you don't rip them as you're sitting, right? I do that with jeans. I'll pull them up a little so that they're a little bit looser when I sit down. If you have to pull down shorts, a dress, when you stand up, naughty. If you have to pull your shorts, your skirt, or your dress, you have to pull it down when you stand up, you're going to be told to go home and change. Okay? But here's the thing with me and my husband. My husband works from my house, from our house. My husband works about an hour away. 45 minutes to an hour away from our house, depending on traffic. He is not going to stop what he's doing at work to go home, grab my youngest daughter a different set of clothes, and go to the school and say, here's some new clothes. You should have known better than to wear that. She's in 11th grade. We trust her to dress herself, okay? He ain't gonna do that. I don't have a car right now. I don't have a phone. I don't have phone service. I mean, I have a phone. I don't have service to that phone right now because we're going through a little bit of, hard time right now. Neither here nor there. I just don't have phone service. I don't need it. If my kids need to get in contact with me, I have Discord. They're in my Discord. They're on Facebook. I have them on Facebook Messenger. Okay? It is 100% important that they need to call someone. Guess what? You can call people on Discord. You can call people on Facebook Messenger. The school just doesn't want to do that. I can guarantee you that much. So yeah, So if anything happens, you just have to call my husband, and my husband will give him a what for piece of his mind. Because, yeah, what the schools are doing to kids these days is stupid. Oh, and they're going back to the 1950s for dress code, too, when it comes to dresses. Dresses have to be longer than your fingertips. Can't wear spaghetti strap tank tops or spaghetti strap dresses. If you do, you have to put a coat over it or a shawl. Let's see. Because let me tell you, shoulders are sexy. I'm thinking that's the way they're going for school now. I wouldn't be shocked. Though it wouldn't hurt my youngest any if she was told she couldn't wear pants to school, because she always wears a dress. It's either dress or a skirt. But a lot of the skirts she has, are not appropriate for school. But in the past, she never got in trouble for it. But now they said they're going to start cracking down even more on dress code violations. And you'll be told to either call your parents, or if you live close to the school, to go home and change during lunch. Yeah, if you sexualize something, yeah, it is their fault. It's like shirts. Sometimes we'll show a shoulder strap throughout the day, and you just, not all shirts are made to fit, everybody the exact same way. Even though you can have two people who are a size medium in a shirt, the shirt still won't fit them both the same way. So it's dumb. I'm glad I went to school when I did. Though I was the type, there were days when I would get all dolled up for school. The whole 9 yards. Yeah, I never heard about any strict dress code at the high school I went to. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, private schools do have their own rules. Yeah. Different from public school. So, yeah, I mean, that was the main point that she went home. Is that, and it's always going to be a thing. I'm pretty sure here, given the next week, seeing as a lot of schools haven't started yet, give it till September. We'll be hearing about a lot of schools cracking down on dress code, because that's been a thing in every school for like the last 5 years at least. So it always does. Yeah. My husband cannot wait for that bubble to burst. He cannot wait. Because it needs to. And we haven't had a good war since World War II. And I'm not counting the Cold War, because nothing really happened in that. Goddamn fly. So the last good war we had was World War II. The last economic bust we had was the Great Depression. So, no. Armageddon. No. The less war, the better. No, that is not right. Wars bring out the best in a country. Yes, true, a lot of good people do die during the war, yeah. If you want to think of it that way, because we always lose a lot of good men during wars. But wars are good for economic growth for any country. Think about that. Why is it after World War II we had a boom? Economic growth. Baby boomers came from World War II. That was the best time to have kids, was after World War II. So, yeah. Don't trust what is written in your history books. Do the research yourselves. What if it does? How many wars did happen on U.S. soil, Armageddon? Did you guys learn about that in Canada? How many wars took place on U.S. soil in the past? Well, it's fine to worry. I mean, everybody worries about war. My husband worries about it because he knows my son would have to go. Our son would have to go. He knows that. Not just the Civil War. How many wars took place on U.S. soil? Okay. Here you go, Armageddon, and everybody else that's listening. Revolutionary War, the War of 1812, the Civil War, the Mexican-American War, the French and Indian War, World War II, specific theater or in the Oregon bombing, King Philip's War before the U.S. became a recognized country, and Queen Anne's War, also before the U.S. became a country, but it's still counted as on U.S. soil because it just wasn't called the United States yet. 8. Okay, and then it says several other conflicts that took place on American soil are also considered wars by some historians. Okay, and here's the ones that are, wars. The Cherokee American War, the Second Pennamite War, Northwest Indian War, Battle of Sikata, the Texamot War, First and Second Seminole War, Winnebago War, Black Hawk War, Texas Revolution, Missouri Mormon War, or Aroostook War, Dorr War, Milwaukee Bridge War, Bald Hills War, Pyramid Lake War, Black Hills War. I'll get to questions. I can't see right now. I'm on a different page. Nez Perce War, Ghost Dance War, and World War One. Attack on Orleans is all it says. But yeah, if you include the generalized Terror on War that started in 2001, the September 11th attacks on New York City, the Pentagon, and Flight 93 would also make that list. So, what are you worried about? Let me tell you, look up some stuff about the war on drugs. A lot of that stuff is fictionalized. Drugs were never that big of a problem. Just like stranger danger was never that big of a problem until they started it. Until they started, making PSAs. Governments cause a lot of problems because they love to instill fear into its citizens. Because if you're afraid, you're going to listen to them. Yeah, she's now centralized born. It's always been a problem, yes. But my grandma remembers growing up, they would never lock their doors. They never locked their car doors. You just trusted people. If you needed help, you could go to your neighbor. No questions asked. You go 3, 4, 5 doors down and still trust your neighbor. Still trust that person that they won't do anything with you. So yeah, I mean, it's just centralizing the problem. Just making it, just putting a spotlight on it. Oh, this is a bad thing. We need to be afraid of it. I went to a Class A school, which means it's the best. I don't know if you guys do that in other parts of the country. Have classifications of schools, but Class A schools usually get the best funding in the state. So I went to a Class A school. Never was I offered drugs. I went to school in the 90s when the DARE program was big. I was never offered drugs. Never. So, yeah. Yeah, and the DARE program was the biggest flop in the in the US country. It didn't help matters any. What it did was it made the 80s and 90s kids more aware of the drugs and made us a little bit curious. Because human nature, I swear, you tell us not to do something, we're going to go and do it. See, I mean, a lot of my friends have told me that they never would have done drugs if DARE hadn't introduced them to it. Because they didn't know did you know about any drugs out there before you took DARE? No. And they they made us take DARE in 5th and 6th grade. At least when I was in school, in the state that I went to, it was 5th and 6th grade. Right before you get to junior high. And that is when we're the most, what do you want to say, curious? So when we got to junior high, we were like, hey, someone were to offer, we probably would have been more to say yes. I don't know. It just seems a little weird. But I'm glad it was. I mean, I know there are some schools that probably still do it, but my kids have never taken DARE. It's not a thing here. I know my husband said he had to do DARE when he was in school in this state, but they abolished it, I think, in the state that I'm from, Wyoming, and here in Nebraska, in the 90s or early 2000s, they abolished it. Oh, and another thing that I had to take when I was in junior high, when I was in 7th grade health class, there was a segment on gangs. And so it was called GREAT, Gang Resistance, Education, and Training. Yeah, we all had to sign that stupid paper. In front of a cop, nonetheless. And I remember in 5th grade, we did a version of Wizard of Oz. For our DARE thing. So, yeah. Gang. Not gay. Gang. Gang resistance, education, and training. Great. We had to go through that. Because apparently gangs were a problem at the junior high that I went to, but I never saw it. Just like I never saw the drugs, even though there were kids that obviously took them. I just if you're not looking for it, you're not going to find it. Yes, like in public school, gangs. You know what gangs are. Don't play stupid. It was all just dumb. Ugh. Do kids even care about that then? I do not know. But they made it seem like gangs were a big thing. I never saw them. The only thing I remember going through that was a little bit traumatic, and that's didn't even traumatize me, was that my sophomore, junior, and senior year of high school, we had people calling bomb threats. That's it. And my junior year, they brought in metal detectors, thinking that would stop anybody bringing in a gun. Yes. Usually, if you're going to shoot up a school, I know YouTube probably ain't going to like me saying this. If you're going to, you got to think like a criminal if you want to catch a criminal. Yeah, it was a bit extreme. And we had to use mesh backpacks or clear backpacks so they could see what we were carrying. Heaven forbid a woman has a pad or a tampon in there. I'm pretty sure that they questioned that. Let me tell you, a lot of people were late for their first period class. Because we had to go through the metal detectors every morning. But let me tell you, if you want to catch a criminal, you must think like a criminal. I swear, I should probably go to the police academy or something. Be a detective or something. I don't know. Because I can think like a criminal. Doesn't mean I am one, but I can think like one. Because I know what I would do if I mean, they just had the metal detectors in the front entrance of the school. That's it. They didn't have any policemen anywhere else in the school, on any other entrance. And there's more than one way into my high school because it was 3 stories. And how it went was the main entrance was on the 3rd floor. And then it went to the 2nd, and then it went to the 1st. Think about that. If you only have armed guards and security and a metal detector only on the main entrance of the school, it ain't gonna be too hard to get a gun into the school, is it? Or a bomb or anything. Because there's no teachers or no policemen watching the other entrances. That's what I do. I send my buddy in through the metal detector, and then I would just wait on the 1st floor entrance. My buddy would get in just fine because he's clean at the time. Have him walk, we were free to walk around the school after that. You know, there were lockers on the first floor and the second floor. Of course, that'd be the third and the second floor. So you go downstairs to the second floor because teachers thought, well, that's where your locker was. Then you just continue to go down to the first floor because that's where the health class was, and that's where the PE room was. The teachers don't know if you have health or PE first period, so you just go down there. They didn't keep track of every kid's schedule. They couldn't have. You just go into the door there, one of the entrances there, and let in the person with the gun. Easy. And then you just hide somewhere until the timing is right. It's not dumb. It is not, it's dumb, but it's not hard. It's like these guys aren't even trying. It's like they want this. They want problems. Yeah. Because to catch a thief, you must act like a thief. To catch a criminal, you must act like a criminal and think like one. It is not that hard. Which is what you hear of these immature robberies at banks and grocery stores and whatnot. Convenience stores, gas stations. No one ever thinks about robbing an armored truck when the doors are open and the people are inside. Trust me, there's money in there, in the armored cars. And here's another thing. You know how during COVID we had to wear masks? Who else wears a mask? Who else doesn't want to have their face shown? It's like they were trying to train us to be criminals. Come on. Oh, I don't want to catch COVID. Catch COVID in my ass. There weren't that many people to die of COVID now that they actually delve deeper into it. Not that many people died from COVID as they thought. It wasn't the millions of people that they said died. Old-timey train row, yeah. It wasn't the it wasn't because they said like millions of people died in the US. No, because then our population would show that millions of people died. It was only thousands, and in the low thousands at that. They just wanted to scare us. No, I understand. There's a lot of people, lost my train of thought. Everybody, I should say everybody knew someone that died, but, there's a lot of people that did die of COVID that people knew. And yes, COVID was a real thing. I'm not one of those people to say COVID wasn't real. I just looked at the symptoms of COVID, and I looked at the symptoms of the flu. And if you just want to say, I looked at the symptoms of the allergies, too. Of spring, seasonal allergies. Same thing. COVID is just another form of the flu. So instead of flu A and flu B, we now have flus A and B and COVID. COVID, you had the exact same symptoms as if you had the flu, only a little bit worse. I never got my shots. And I only caught COVID once. If you want to say I had COVID in December. I think I just had the flu. But seeing as COVID is in the same family as the flu, I'm thinking that even if you had the flu, it would you would test positive for COVID. Get your shots or not. I don't give a shit, people. I'm not against vaccinations. Though my family thinks I am. Meaning my mom, my dad, everybody thinks that my husband and I are against vaccinations. We are not against vaccinations. Get them if you want. My kids have their shots. We're not against it. It's just that when you get to be older, yeah, I don't think you need it as much. Well, yeah, you have medical. I mean, I'm not saying. I'm talking about. Okay, Armageddon, you are one of the few. Not many people have medical problems like that. You're the only person. You're the second person that I know, and that's it. That needs to get shots. So you're part of the few. I'm talking about the many. And many people do not. I mean, many people can get, because my husband didn't get the COVID shot, my son didn't get the COVID shot, and my youngest daughter didn't get the COVID shot. I didn't get the COVID shot. My eldest daughter did because she just wanted to. Because, she didn't have the guts to stand up at work to say no. I did. I stood up for her and I said, no. If you're going to fire me, but I'm not getting my shot. And my administrator at the time, before she got promoted, said, I'm not letting you go. You're one of our best. And so she made she made work get medical and religious exemptions. She made the company do that because she knew how many people would walk, and she knew I would have been one of them. So, and had she still been working there in January of this year, I probably never would have left. Because the person they got to replace her is shit. I should have told her, hey, let me speak to your boss. I should have been a Karen. Religious exemptions are like, you believe that God, which I don't believe. Okay, this is not my 100% belief at all. But religious exemptions are like, you only believe in putting pure stuff into your body, that your house is a temple to God. I should have been a Karen. And I should have said, Andrea, I want to speak to Kathy. Because Kathy was her boss at that time. Kathy would have talked to me. Kathy and I mean, we weren't best friends. I mean, I didn't consider her my friend, but I respected her. I didn't respect Andrea at all. Because Andrea never listened to what I had to say about the residents. To what I had to say to try and make the place work better. She never listened. Nope. Because I didn't have power behind my name. Exactly. And, it's like, I just want to speak to your higher up, who I know is Kathy. Because I trust what Kathy has to say, and I respect what Kathy has to say. Kathy earned my respect. Okay, but I have to go. It is 3:08 now. I have to finish getting ready. I got some stuff I got to do before she comes to pick me up here in about an hour. So thank you guys for staying, watching, whatnot. This will be on VOD here soon. So if you want to watch it, you can watch it. It's about an hour and 15 minutes. Yeah, it always is fun. I love speaking my mind. It's very therapeutic. So So, yeah, I'll catch you guys all later. Oh, it looks like we have a second viewer. Hello, whoever the second viewer is. Say hi for a minute. Oh, no, she left. Or they left. Now it's just down to one. Damn. Okay, well, I'll catch y'all later. See you on the flip side. Peace.